Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we will be diving into exponent laws, the rules that make dealing with exponents really easy. So what are exponents? An exponent is represented by a little number on the side of the base number that tells you how many times to multiply a number by itself. So for example, 2 to the power of 3. The 3 is the exponent and the 2 is the base. And basically what this means is 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 multiplied. The first rule in the exponent laws is the product rule. So the product rule states that when you multiply two of the same bases, so for example 2 and 2 multiplied, and basically what happens is the exponents add up. So if it's 3 and 5, it'll end up as 2 over 8. Okay? And so this works because 2 to the power of 5 means you multiply 2 by itself 5 times. And 2 to the power of 3 means you multiply 2 by itself 3 times. And if we count them all up, there's 8 2's. So we write it as 2 to the power of 8. The quotient rule means that when you divide two similar bases, you subtract the exponents. For example, we have x to the power of 7 divided by x to the power of 2. And basically what we do is subtract the exponents and we get x to the power of 5. This works because the two x's cancel out. These two x's cancel out and they leave us with x. Let's say if we have an exponent on top of one another. So for example, what I mean by that is b squared to the power of 3. In this case, we would use the power rule. The power rule states that in a case like this, we multiply these two exponents. And this leaves us with b to the power of 6. This works because b squared is multiplied 3 times. And this is basically like this. B squared times b squared times b squared. And if we use the product rule, it adds up to b6. This is just like a simpler way of doing it. The zero exponent rule states that any number to the power of 0 is 1. So if it's 2 to the power of 0, it'll be 1. If it's 100 to the power of 0, it'll also be 1. But why? So because anything divided by itself is 1, we can use the quotient rule to visualize it. So basically, it's like this. A to the power of 5 divided a to the power of 5. We can use the quotient rule and we'll end up with this because the exponents subtract. And that's basically why. So to recap, the product rule is when you add exponents when multiplying. So for example, x to the power of 5 times x to the power of 2 equals x to the power of 7. The quotient rule is when you subtract exponents while dividing. So for example, x to the power of 5 divided by x to the power of 2 equals x to the power of 3. The power rule is all about multiplying exponents when two exponents are on top of each other. So for example, like this, it'll equal x to the power of 4. We don't need this. And last but not least, the zero rule states that anything to the power of 0 is 1. So even if it's 100 to the power of 0, it will always equal 1. And that's all. Exponent laws aren't so hard if you know what you're doing, and I always recommend you to practice more yourself. Hit that subscribe button for more math tips and comment your questions. Thanks for watching.